a consumer, managing the retirement plan means what to you?
That's a great way of looking at it, because we only have so much bandwidth and interest. And really, first of all, think that retirement is not just an event. The people think, well, I take care of Medicare, I take care of Social Security, and everything else continues the same. Not really. Especially when you truly retire, you're going to have time in your hand. You're going to be with your spouse in a way you've never been before, all those kind of things. So you have to kind of think of it as truly a change in life. So part of it is the behavioral or emotional part, not the money.
Right.
As far as when the events you think about for money, I would just bring up three key things. One is your Social Security decision is absolutely key, even for the affluent. Because of the way it's structured, you can take it between 62 and 70, and it makes a huge amount of difference.
It does.
For the rest of your life. Medicare is incredibly complex. I apologize. Well, I don't know why I didn't come up with the law. It's nice to have. But you see all the things going on TV because we're in open enrollment.
Right.
You really need to make that decision very thoughtfully, and you got to do it at 65. You can't put it off. So those are the two big ones. But the third one that people are still slow to think about is what I mentioned before. Our parents or our grandparents had defined benefit pension plans. So
Right.
They had a company provided, knowing they knew they were going to get some money that would take care of a lot of it. Now they have 401ks. So suddenly you have to decide what to do with it. Also, even if you had other savings, my parents would have had savings bonds and passbook accounts, they called it back then, basically bank and savings bonds. Well, now we have mutual funds, and we have EFTs and all these different things. So the third stool of that, if you take Medicare, Social Security, is what do you do with your 401k, the qualified side, and what do you do with your other savings, the non-qualified side, because no one else is going to do it for you. That's something people like you and I have to deal with that our parents or grandparents did not deal with.
And the word that's used a lot of times, because the 401k side is the building up of assets, is accumulation. And then I think falsely we use the word decumulation, which just sounds like decomposing. I think we need to change that to transitioning to income, transitioning to a pension, because I think the latest stat that I read is I think it's less than 9% of all private companies offer a defined benefit type pension plan, which means that everyone else, if you're not working for the government or a very good labor union, has to figure out how to create a lifetime income stream. And this is where the annuity industry by default are going to look like heroes. They have the only product type that will provide a lifetime income stream. So they're sitting right in front of it, of the demographic tidal wave. What makes me frustrated, Steve, is that most carriers are pushing the growth story instead of the income story. Now, I understand it's a revenue issue from the standpoint of the growth products create more commission and revenue and all this stuff, which could easily be solved if we just put all annuities at the same commission level, which I know is never going to happen. But I can dream, Steve. I can dream about six-pack abs. I can dream about that. I can dream about the annuity industry telling people about lifetime income. But that's managing your plan, I think, does come down to those three things that you mentioned. Hey, Stan the Annuity Man here. Did you like that little taste of my podcast, Fun with Annuities? Hey, if you want to see the full version, click the link and watch the whole darn thing. Remember, Fun with Annuities. Live in the reality, not the dream.